Same thing, the offense is happy, the defense is not. If the defense is happy, how do you handle that kind of?
Well, I think it's all about an evaluation. I mean, the big thing I saw is we got better every day this week. I thought individually some guys got to get better. I mean, guys got better and, paid better attention to detail. So I thought there was some progress made there. I think with some of the new guys and, some of the second team guys, it was a good evaluation for them, what they can do, what they can't do. That standpoint, that first series is a good example. I think that we got a turnover on the third down there, and we got to stop, force to go back, and then I think it ended up being like a 15-play drive, and we even had a red zone situation there where we forced them to kick a field goal, and that was really a result of not giving up, explosive plays. So I thought the first group did a good job with that. The big thing is you want to be stout against the run. And then after that, you don't want to give up explosive plays, and then you got to get off the field on third down. So I think that to me the biggest thing is what do you take out of the scrimmage as a player, and how do you improve yourself for next week? Because these guys do show signs of improvement every day, and we've got quite a few young guys that are competing for jobs, and we're going to continue that competing process and see how it goes next week.
Where are you right now at safety?
In the evaluation process. I mean, I think that when you look at, Benjamin, when you look at Chucky, even Barnes, for example, has come in and did some good things. Right now, the safety position is wide open, and there's really not anybody etched in stone. We just got to see how it all shakes out, and these next 2 weeks will be real big for that position for the guys playing.
Holloman seems like a playmaker. Is he?
Holloman's a guy that's playing, a couple positions, and he's in that mix also. I mean, he's playing both, safety and nickel for us from that standpoint. Been pleased with his dual learning, and we'll continue to develop him that way, and just see where it all shakes out. But right now, I would say that at that position, we're still evaluating guys, and we're going to continue to test guys and put them in situations to find out what they can do, can't do, and then build our team from there.
Certainly, you're evaluating a lot of spots. Is that safety spot, is that the most open?
Well, I think that right now, yes. I mean, I think that when you look, feel good about, Gaines and Floyd. Those guys, I think, have continued to buy into the system. And you see progress out of those guys. Feel comfortable with what they're doing. We got to continue to still develop the backup corners, from that standpoint. But from the safety position, it's obviously a position that we're, filling a void that was left here with some good players. So, I thought those guys made progress today. We're not where we need to be, but you do see progress with them. And I think it's you got to take steps every day in practice. Spring practice is about, evaluating what guys can do, evaluating their abilities, and then trying to put guys in positions that allow them to take care of their assets. In other words, do the things they do best.
What's the depth chart look like on the interior defensive line right now?
Well, I tell you what, Rankins is a guy that has really done a great job. I've been very impressed with him. I mean, he really can control the line of scrimmage and done good. DeBose is a guy that's bought into the system as an end. He plays physical. Brown was a guy that was hurt last year at nose, and he's a guy that I think can give us the stoutness you're looking for in the middle, but we've still got to bring him along. But I've been pleased with his progress. When you get to the, outside of that, Hearns is a guy we've actually moved from inside backer to outside backer, not a defensive end with his hand in the dirt. He's got athletic ability. He's slippery. He's given us some rush. He had some sacks there today that will show up on tape. We got to continue to develop his run stuff and continue that, but I think he can help us. And then Richardson's a guy that can play more than one spot. And he's a young guy that's got to continue to learn how to play the position that we're asking him. Those guys have kind of come on first a little bit, so we're pleased with them. And then I think the big thing for me is we got to know what these players can do once we leave spring practice, because we've got a group of players coming in, and with the way training camp is now, I mean, you got to start filtering those guys in as you feel needed. I mean, the evaluation process for the players that we have here right now is now, and we need to have a good idea of what these guys can do and where they can help us with the vision of filtering in the young
Do you like what you're seeing out of your defensive line, as a whole?
Oh yeah, I think they've done a really good job. I mean, I think that that we've shown some stoutness up front. I think both of our outside backers, once we add Lorenzo to that mix, I mean, I think that you got a chance to have a decent front group, and we'll continue to develop those guys. But I've been really pleased with our front guys and what they've done.
Lynn,
the new kid,
Yeah.
how's he look?
Good. I mean, we actually have played him at both outside backer positions. I've always believed in trying to cross-train guys to get the next best player on the field. This week, he played the Sam position. Last week, he played the Will. We'll continue to do that with him and all the other backers too, because to me, it's all about mixing and matching and finding, what guys do things the best. Stacy Thomas is a guy that has really benefited from this spring practice, because I've been pleased with his progress and he's shown up, and we'll continue to work with him. So, I was really pleased with the things we did today. We've obviously got to correct, but that's part of spring practice, and the evaluation process is one of those things.
you touched on Stacy Thomas. What about guys like Lynn Clark and Nick Dawson?
Yeah, I mean, Nick's a guy that can play inside or outside for us. He's big and physical. He is a thumper inside. Lynn is a guy that's learning how to play the position inside. I think he played better this week than last week. And I think both of those guys have shown that they can improve. We just got to continue to bring them along. It's going to be important that they do the things that you do as a player to get better each day, meaning you got to come out with the work ethic and the attitude that, hey, I can't let this day go to waste. I got to get better. And that's really the approach that really all the guys need to take.
That drill earlier this week caught my attention because it was the big backs versus the linebackers, and that's a tough drill for those kids, especially with these backs. How tough is that?
I think it's a tough drill. It's a good drill. I mean, football is about tackling, and you got to be able to tackle in space. You be able to get them down. I think it helps you understand, your leverage, your pad level, accelerating your feet, running through the guy, keeping your head up, doing all the things that are important from a safety standpoint. But, being physical and yet getting the guy down. Because, tackling, just stop the play where it's designed to be stopped. And then don't give up the, yards after the catch or the run. If you do those things, you're going to get people to third down, then you should be pretty good.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, sir.